Susan. I'm going to have the next question for you as well. When you talk to people, particularly it's high school, university, often one of the objections they'll make to just any faith or any religion is that basically religions are full of rules, and particularly Christianity is going to restrict their freedom. They're completely free now, so why would they want to even consider something that's going to restrict the freedom that they have?
Yeah, sure. So for all the reasons one could have for rejecting Christianity, for some this reason tends to be quite central, and it's understandable. Perhaps you just want to do your own thing without having someone there telling you what the rules are. So why would you tie yourself to a rule-based club, like the church? Well, firstly, what is freedom? Is it merely the absence of all constraints to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want? I think we'd all agree that true freedom is more than just the absence of constraints. As one example, a favourite recreational pursuit of mine is mountaineering or alpine climbing.
So we're discovering that Suze is a high achiever, everyone, as you have seen, all right? I'll let you go on. There's no bitterness here.
When I'm trekking through the hills, crossing a glacier, or scaling the majestic peaks of a mountain range, that's where I feel total freedom. I can do whatever I want, and it feels like there's nothing stopping me from exploring creation and discovering some of the most beautiful and perfect places on Earth. When I'm climbing, however, there are rules, and I simply don't get to enjoy this freedom if I don't follow the rules. I need to use rope. I need to carry the heavy rope when I'm not using it. Well, actually, I'll get my climbing partner to do that, but the rope needs to be carried. When I am using it, it's there to fix me to a particular point or anchor. I need to place ice screws and other forms of protection and attach myself to these devices. I need to assess the terrain, and no matter how much I might want to do a particular climb, I need to avoid it if it appears to be avalanche prone. Some may say these measures are burdensome, restricting my climbing freedom or cramping my style even. However, without them, if and when a fall occurs, the ensuing major injury would most certainly mean the end to my climbing freedom. These tools, or constraints if you will, are merely the protection I need to be able to enjoy freedom in the hills.
That's a great analogy. For those of us who don't mountaineer, how would you explain this issue in another way?
Well, freedom always has its form. Take a train, for example. I think we're all familiar with trains, including the lesser achieving among us.
How dare you? You're out of the herd.
Take back the bitterness comment. Take it back.
Take it back.
A train is most free to run when it's secure to its tracks. A train without this constraint, so to speak, is quite simply derailed. Or a river with its banks. A river can flow freely and with purpose. Without them, however, it's nothing more than a giant puddle at best and a destructive flood at worst. Likewise, our form is in God, for whom we were created, and it's only in him that we truly come alive. In seeking to rid ourselves of all constraints in life, we're actually choosing to deny ourselves of the rich life God intended for us. Jesus himself said, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." It's not that God doesn't want us to have a good time, it's that he wants us to have the best time. He wants us to experience the fullness of his love, to enjoy the majesty of his creation, to prosper in the community he intended for us, and to achieve our greatest potential. His rules are merely the protection we need to allow us to go to places we wouldn't otherwise be able to go. He doesn't condemn us, and he doesn't judge our past behaviours, but he does promise us a better life, and that is ultimate freedom. Freedom to find joy and contentment in the toughest of circumstances, and freedom from the slavery sin traps us into. So I know that it's only in Christ that I've truly found life and truly found freedom.
All right, you've convinced me. Where do I sign?